It's time for Tubi Tuesday. Hello. It's been a while since I've done these. Trying to get back into the swing of things. So we have Tubi Tuesday back, of course, where it's supposed to be. And it's a bitter one. Earlier this week, or last week from when you're watching this, we lost James Caan. Now, I don't normally do these, but something about this one got me. I know James Caan. He's been in many movies, but I know him from Elf. Now we'll never get Elf 2, so... And, Bulletproof. I want to kind of, when I'm done at the end of this review, I want to explain my connection between this movie, how this movie and Bulletproof could be connected. Just stick with me with this. But I thought he was a great villain in Bulletproof, and I thought he was a great, father figure, family man in Elf. So he's a very versatile actor. I've seen him in some other things, sure. Santa's Sleigh, at the beginning of that. The movie where Bill Goldberg is Santa Claus, and it starts with a big family, and Fran Drescher makes this noise. Whatever it was. But, yeah. Here he plays Frank. No last name is given, although he's based on a real person named Frank. See something, I didn't write down a name. But he's a thief. He has the life of thievery, but he wants to go straight. He wants to marry this woman called Jessie, I think her name is. Wants to get married, wants to start a family, but he's pulled in for one last job so he can get the funds to, to go out, be with to have a family, and it all goes the wrong way. By the way, this is Thief from 1981. I guess I didn't tell you what movie it was. It's Thief from 1981. I'm sorry. Thief from 1981. So I was looking at what movie did James Caan, even The Godfather and stuff, like Thief. Let's do that one. So, this movie wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Directed by Michael Mann, who done movies as Heat, the Miami Vice TV show, and the Miami Vice movie with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. You know how I feel about that one. But this is in between those. I haven't seen Heat yet, but Heat's gone down as one of the most infamous, famous crime movies out there, and Miami Vice is dull. This one, I think it could be in between that. So this one I'm gonna do pros and cons, good and bad. So we'll start off with the good. The atmosphere in here, it's you see this movie, it's dingy, it's grungy, there's rain, it's dark, even when the scenes with sun, it's kind of dark. There's a scene where he's walking on the beach and it's still kind of gloomy. You get this gloomy world where, because you see this, and you see that Frank wants to have a better life. But he's living in this gloomy world, and I think that works. I also like, for the most part, the dialogue in this film. I think the dialogue is very well done. There's some things I'm going to talk about. There are some scenes, some talking scenes. There's a scene where he's in a diner with Jesse and he's talking. They're just sitting in a booth and they're talking, and it's a whole conversation about their relationship. And I don't know, maybe people would compare it to the scene in the restaurant in Heat, which is another talking scene. Michael Mann, much like Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino, is good with dialogue. They'll have scenes going back. Kevin Smith is too, but Kevin Smith's dialogue is not serious dialogue. But you watch Clerks, and there's dialogue scenes between Dante and Randall that, work. Dialogue. And there's a whole scene where they're going back and forth, talking about relationship, where it's going to go, what they want to do. Of course Frank wants to have a normal relationship, but his life it's not the kind of life that you just leave. And just getting to the actors, James Caan. May he rest in peace. Gives a fantastic performance in this. He's this good-natured guy who, is on the wrong side of life. He's a criminal. He's a thief. But he wants to break free from that. I said before. But when he gets pissed, you see the anger in him. And towards the end, there is a scene where he just goes on this killing spree against bad guys. And he is badass. Shooting Robert Prosky, shooting the henchman outside. Just like he gets shot and you think, oh no. But then he's wearing a bulletproof vest. And a little nitpick is that he shows it. But everyone else is dead, so nobody's showing it. And he walks into the distance. And you got this walk into the distance with this. Something else I'm gonna give a positive too. But it's just the performance of James Caan in this film is fantastic. It is great. He was a great actor. He will be missed. This is just fantastic performance from beginning to end. On the other side of that, another fantastic performance is the villain from an actor I never thought could be villainous, and that's Robert Prosky. You may know him from movies like The Last Action Hero or Christine. Christine, he was sort of a sleazeball, but he wasn't a villain. In Last Action Hero, he hung around with a kid. He let him see free movies or whatever. Here, he is a very threatening villain. When things go down, he makes, they're setting up this heist, and he's like, okay, what I'm gonna do, you can take your money, you can invest in this. He goes, no, I want my money. I want money for myself. I want it all for myself. Okay, no problem. And then in the end, he screws me. He's like, he put it into the mall or whatever, even though he said he didn't want it, and he only got $1,000 of what he wanted. So he got screwed. That causes problems. And you have him James Caan hunting him, and you got Robert Prosky. You got him hiding, waiting for Frank to show up, and he thinks he's got him. He got a smile, and then Frank just. And I think there was a part where he wasn't supposed to drop the gun, but he did, because he's in there, and he falls, and the gun drops, and he picks it with the other hand, almost right away, he wasn't supposed to drop it. He takes it, and he goes to shoot it. You see the blow over the wall. It's fantastic. Fantastic. He's a great villain. You don't think that someone like Robert Prosky could play a villain. You also got other actors like Jim Belushi. Willie Nelson is in this. Yes, Willie Nelson. He's good. He plays the mentor of Frank's, and he dies partway through the film, and that's what gets Frank to name his adopted son after him, David. After him, they called him Olka, but his nickname, his name is David. Even though he's like, I'm gonna name it after him, and his wife's like, "Your name it Olka?" And then his real name was David, which makes more sense. There's another actor I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a lot of young actors. This is early 80s, 81, And I want to talk about the score. I don't usually talk about score because I forget to talk about it most of the time, but the score in this, don't remember who did it, but it's a fantastic score, especially towards the end. You have the scene where Frank goes on his killing spree, and then he's walking away. The score playing at the end is just fantastic. I love this score. It's fantastic. And this has really changed. When I was a kid, I hated just listening to music without words. I thought it was boring. Growing up, I've learned to, appreciate. That's the word. Appreciate that kind of music. For one of my birthdays when I was a teenager, my mom got me some CDs, and one of them was the Harry Potter soundtrack. And I'm like, oh, this only has music with no words. I didn't like that. I never did get a replacement CD, ma'am. She just took back and got the money, and I didn't get anything else. But I wish I would have kept it. I do like but I don't know if I would have listened to it as much. Just sit there, And the way I was back then, I would have probably taken it out of the case and kept the case for something else. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't keep that. I don't even have most of the CDs that I had back then. I wish I would have taken, in hindsight, I wish I'd taken better care of my CDs and DVDs that I had back then to be in better shape, and I wouldn't have had to rebought some of them later. But yeah, back then. Score, fantastic. And when there's action scenes, they're done pretty well. Yeah. So now we go to the negative. And quite simply, the biggest negative is that the movie's too long. The movie is 2 hours and 2 minutes long. 2 hours long. 2 minutes is probably the credits, maybe less. The movie is 2 hours long. And when I read the premise of this, it's a heist movie. Okay, that'd be cool. The heist stuff. But there's a lot of talking. And I know it's Michael Mann. This was his first movie, But it's Michael Mann. There was a lot of talking. There are scenes on end where they're just sitting there talking, like that scene in the diner. But there's other scenes where they're talking, negotiating what they're going to do. They're just talking. And there's a point where they're like, okay, we're going to do this job, we're going to do it. I'm like, okay, good, cool. And then they talk some more. I'm like, okay. And then they're putting something together. Okay, we're getting going. We're going. And then he's walking on the beach, and then he's talking to his wife. And I'm like, what is going on? If you took a half hour of stuff out of this, I think it would run smoother. It's a little bumpy getting to the end of the movie. Because once you get to the end of the movie, you get the scene where Frank is just shooting people up. It's fantastic. Oh my God, something is happening, But there's a lot of lulls in this movie. And I think if you took like at least 30 minutes out, and then tighten up a little bit. And I get it. It's Michael Mann's first film. Not going to be perfect. No movie is perfect. But you just kind of took a half hour out, kind of, to fine tune it. I think it would work better. But that's really the big, problem is the length. And like I said, the talking scenes, Michael Mann is known for talking scenes. There's too many of them. I like the one where he's talking to his wife. There's like another one that's good, but like the ones where he's talking with his wife, where they got the baby and everything, and then when they're having that conversation about the relationship at the beginning of the movie, those work. But just like, there's too many talking scenes. But overall, that's really my only negative. I thought this was a good movie. Just shorten it up would be better. But as it stands, when it comes to Thief, I would say it's pretty good. Even with the length, I still enjoyed it. That was pretty good. No problems here. Besides the length, of course. No big thing. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Thief from 1981? The middle comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Oh, hold on. Before you go, I forgot. I almost forgot. Remember I said that I could connect this to Bulletproof. Okay, so the main James Caan's character's name is Frank. And at the end of this movie, before he goes on a killing spree, he tells his wife, "You take our child, you go. I'm probably not gonna meet up with you. I probably won't be there. He's probably gonna be on the run because he knows either he's gonna die or he's gonna be wanted for murder. So he's running, So he sends his wife off. He goes on it. He kills all the bad guys, and then he reveals that he's got his bulletproof vest, and he walks off in the distance as the kick-ass score plays. Now, my connection is in Bulletproof. James Caan played a character named Frank Colton. Now, we never learned Frank's last name, but he could have moved to, LA or wherever they are, changed his last name to Colton, started a new life, realized I'm probably just going to be a criminal for the rest of my life anyway. I can't get out of this. I tried to turn my life around. It didn't work. I murdered people. So now I'm going to sell drugs. And he became Frank Colton and tried to force Adam Sandler to suck his dick. That's in the movie. He's like, What was that you told me, huh? If he's a cop, I'll suck your dick. Well, come on, get down, come on. You know, he was fantastic in that role too. But that's just my little connection. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one. Rest in peace, James Caan. See you.